Bumbling through brush, my botanical escapade continues. Snagging on leaves, but hey, more crafting supplies. Jackpot. Today we're playing Minecraft again. Let me first, because I can hear myself. Here we go. Today we're playing Minecraft again. I didn't really have a topic for this video, so I thought, why not choose the lowest hanging fruit in terms of yap sessions? AI. No, AI has been getting way more popular than even I thought it would have. You know what I mean? Because I would say that I got on it pretty early on. You know, in the sense that, and you know, I gotta admit some things here. So before there was this little like trashy little AI. It was like, it's pretty old. It's before ChatGPT came out, and it was more of like, it used reference images, like not the way it does now, because you could create like little drawings, but they looked horrible at the time. That was the best that AI could do, right, guys? Right, unemployed villager, right? You're also unemployed, right? It's what is what it is. I forgot what I was saying. Holy moly. Sorry guys. Yesterday I was working on a main channel video, like that the entire day. My brain is fried from yesterday. But anyways, yeah, so I was kind of into AI early on. Then ChatGPT came out, and then Midjourney came out, and I gotta be honest with you guys, chat, I did use it. I used it for quite a while, probably longer than I really should have, because like, let me at least explain myself before you immediately kill me and unsubscribe and, you know what I mean, like take my head off. Let me explain myself real quick. You know, I didn't know. You would think I would know better, but like, I would also explain that in a second. But I don't know anything bad. In my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, they probably like use resources from people that, you know, gave away like to like train the thing, right? That's kind of what I thought it was. Now, I'm not really that chronically online, so I didn't really know, at least in terms of like Twitter and stuff like that, I didn't know that it was bad. Eventually, once I started being more chronically online, I started to see the things that, like how ChatGPT and other AIs, they pretty much are burning the planet. And I'm like, holy moly, I've been using it a lot more than I really should have. So now I don't use AI, obviously. And you know, as if you may have noticed, I have a new profile picture. That's AI. No, I'm just playing. It's not. It's actually drawn by my friend True Mimic, a great artist. I don't know if he'd want me to link any of his stuff, because he's an IRL friend. He doesn't like do commissions and stuff. But if he does want me to link his stuff, it should be in the description. I don't know. I'm gonna ask him before this episode airs. And if you see it there, it's because he said yes. Shout me out, gang. Shout me out, twin. Right? Unemployed villager. You should start drawing, so you stop being unemployed. Like for me, I'm technically unemployed, but then I make music and I make enough money to sustain myself. So I'm unemployed, but I'm not broke. I'm still broke. But not terribly. You know. I need to make another. Oh no, actually no. I have a lot of chests over there. I forgot about that. Anyways, so yes, I did use it for a decent period of time, but then eventually I saw how bad it was, and I was like, holy moly, I feel like a POS were even using it. So there's my confession. I did use it for, again, longer than I should have, but again, now I don't use it anymore. And like I said in the main channel video, it's actually almost done. I'm almost done with the main channel video. I commissioned art for it, even though, I mean, I don't think, I'm not a monetized channel, and I don't think I'm gonna be monetized with that video. So I'm gonna lose money there, but I love art. And like I said, I should have known better because I was an art major in college. You know, again, like I should have known better. So genuinely, I do feel bad. And honestly, like once I get bread, I'm gonna pay artists to do like thumbnails for me, you know, for the main channel. I'm gonna pay artists to like do like little arts, because like I would like to do like skits and stuff on the main channel. So I'm actually gonna pay artists. Like I want to pay artists. Right now I'm broke as hell though, but when I'm not, I will indeed be paying for artists, because like I do really feel bad that I was using AI. Um, AI has just been getting crazy. Like there's this thing called Suno AI. So since I also make music, I'm tapped into the music industry as well. There's this thing called, wait, did I say I use it? No, I don't use it. I heard of this thing called Suno AI, and the reason I know about it is because somebody had an AI like musician, and it got signed for $5 million. $5 million. That's crazy, just for like a prompt that you put into the thing, and it generates you music. $5 million. That is actually insane. Like $5 million, like for someone that's not even real, for something that's generated through a website. You know, that's I'm not really like keeping up with that as much, but I just saw that headline, and like I saw Moist Critical's videos on it. I was like, that is crazy. As someone that's aspiring to be a musician and all that, it sucks that that's where the labels want to put the money in. Like, especially now with hip hop like kind of going down, that's kind of what I do. In terms of the charts, you know, it does make it can make it more competitive, but also at the same time, labels will put less money into hip hop, you know, and will now be putting more money into that. That's just like, holy moly, bro, that's gonna hurt people. The same way that like AI art, what do you even call it? Generative images? Because I don't want to call it art. It's not art. But the same way that it will take the jobs from like artists, it's the same thing with musicians. And like, I did hear a couple of those tracks, you know, some AI tracks, and bro, they say it sounds better than me. I can't even. They sound basic. They sound like the average pop or hip hop song, like the one that like Disney would commission, but they perform better than me. They sound better than me because they're trained using good musicians. And no label's gonna want to wait for you to, you know, create a project, sound good. You know, they're not gonna risk that. They could just generate. They could just keep generating music, and people will be listening to them. Like, I think the Spotify global charts, #1 and #2 were both AI tracks, and they have millions of streams, right? And how much money do you think they're spending per track? Not much. How much was it? I think. How much is? Let me check. Real quick. Give me 1 second. How much is Suno AI right now? Suno. How do I check the pricing? I'm not gonna sign up. Oh, there we go. It is for monthly. It's $10 a month. Wait, and what do you get? You get 2,500 credits, up to 500 songs. So you can generate 500 songs, right? Any actual musician, you'd have to pay, like, if you're a label and a musician is good, you'd have to pay him a lot of money for 500 songs. Usually a label, like, you get three albums. That's like what at most, like, so say you do like 15 per project. I can't do math. It's less than 100. let's just say that. Yeah, and you're paying what, like 200K for that? Again, like the standard record deal for an upcoming musician that's actually doing well. They could just generate those songs for like what, $10 a month. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Of course they don't have the same human feel, but the more they're trained, the more they improve. Not only that, but I'm assuming that if the industry uses ghostwriters, especially in pop music, most of them use ghostwriters, then they could just use the same writers, you know, use those lyrics. They can even train their own AI models to do it exactly how they want it, you know, and that's it. That's all they have to do. That's actually scary, you know what I mean? Especially, again, somebody that wants to be in the music industry. It's almost like, well, why would they invest in me as a musician when they can just invest $10 and there we go? And there is no uproar about it. People, I mean, obviously, most people, I would say, are smart enough to say, hey, I don't want to support AI music. But again, a lot of these songs, they have millions of streams. I mean, people don't care, you know, and that's exactly what companies want. They don't want you. They want you to not care, so they could essentially make money while screwing people over. You know what I mean? That's That's crazy, you know? Right, unemployed villager? Do you also blame the oh, hold on. Do you also blame the big companies because we're broke? For us being broke, right? We blame the big companies. Anyways, I mean, but it is true though. Um AI art has generally has been getting better as well. I mean, obviously it still looks like shit, and you can tell it's AI, but a lot of generative images are getting to a point to where they're even fooling me, and that's crazy. You know what I mean? And that could be that's bad for a lot of reasons. Because what if like a politician does some weird shit, and they just blame it on AI, right? Or then like people can generate images of people, doing terrible stuff, and I mean that's they're using your likeness and stuff. Like it goes both ways. Like one, people can hide the truth, and two, people can create a false narrative. What about if the police, they think you did something but they don't have actual evidence of it, so they just create it. They just create that evidence. Yeah, just to frame you, even if you were innocent, right? So let's get to it. I don't want to get like paranoid about stuff, but it's like, damn, at some point, like maybe I shouldn't be showing my face. I feel like if you train AI my videos, you can essentially start generating my videos, right? I would never do that. Even though my homie commented on my video yesterday saying that I look like Quibble Cop AI, so that's something. That's really the only reason why I'm even talking about this. I forgot to mention it earlier. Yeah, AI has just been growing, and it is a bit concerning to me. I don't think AI is completely bad. I just think the problem is just how some people use it, and kind of what it's turning to, where like big companies are using it to replace artists. I think there is good things in AI, like sorting numbers or stuff that shouldn't really be done by humans. I think that's fine. Again, sorting out numbers and just like analytical data and all that, I think it should be fine there. But any further than that, like art, music, visuals, like creating movies and stuff, it should stay the hell away from that. And the fact that big companies have used it and there is just no uproar about it. Like, have you guys realized that people are just so, I don't know what's the word, desensitized to everything, that a lot of these crazy stuff happens, and instead of there being an uproar, there's just memes made about it. It feels like people don't have this sense of urgency or the feeling to want to like change something. Just feels like whatever, it is what it is. It's almost like, I don't know, it's a bit scary, because it's like, how far will people in power, how far will rich people, whatever, like push everything, push their agendas till you say it's enough? And it's kind of like this. This is how I see all of this, is companies will keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and eventually there will be a little bit of an uproar. You know what I mean? If it's too small, they're just gonna ignore it. But if it's big enough to where they start to lose money, they're gonna push back a little bit. Be like, oh, my bad. But they're not gonna push all the way back from when they started to push it. They're just gonna push back a little bit. So say if you have a company that's raising its prices like crazy, if they ever have a problem where they have to go back a little bit, they're not gonna go back to where they started. They're gonna go back just $1 less, you know what I mean, or $10 less, depending on how much they're going up by. That's the thing, is like, people don't create uproars, so whenever it's enough is enough, they're only gonna go back a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't get together the minute they realize, oh, they're trying now. They're trying to, push it. No, it's only after they've already pushed it so far to the point to where if they go back, they only go back by a little bit. That's just how it is. Let me just get this. I'm planting more trees because I'm the Lorax. Let's see here. Okay. I just want to have like a nice little forest, little area. It's looking better now. I should probably plant more trees over there. I have not been doing that. put this here. Oh, this is a pretty open area. There we go. There we go. Yes. Yeah, I gotta plan more over there. I'm close to being done with this. Oh, I was gonna make a shovel. I forgot. Oopsies. All right, let me go do that real quick. But yeah, it's the same thing with AI. You know, just seeing just how much resources it's using, and yeah, it's just blowing up the planet. Another thing that I've seen is people they use AI to kind of like as especially ChatGPT as like their personal therapist. And one of the things that I saw is that apparently like it just agrees with you. Like you could tell it anything and it will agree with you. I don't know to what level and to what extent, but I've seen some crazy shit. So I don't know exactly how bad it gets. You can also personalize ChatGPT to talk to you in the way that you want it to, which is just again, it just feels dystopian. I don't want to use that word because I feel like that word is overused, but there's just no other way to put it. It just feels dystopian. You know what I mean? And yeah, you have people that treat that robot as a friend, and that's scary, right? Because it's just what the hell? It's just programming. What am I doing? Am I stupid? Don't answer that question, okay? Don't answer it. You know what I'm saying? I actually am stupid, bro. I had a huge brain fart right there. Honestly, yo, bro, like this world has been going into a really weird direction in quite a while, and I genuinely just fear for people that, you know, have a love for art, having to compete with like fake things, like with a fake artists, fake musicians, fake directors. You know, like if you're a filmmaker, you're gonna have to compete with AI generated movies that are trained on big budget movies that, you know what I mean, were created using millions of dollars. So that's your competition now. Something that can be generated in minutes or hours, depending on what it is, right? Like hell, even seconds at some point, right? Like with AI generative images, you know, that's your competition now. It is a very scary thing, you know, if that's the profession you want to do. But honestly, don't let that discourage you. You know, just don't engage with anything AI. Don't engage with it. And I mean, when I say don't engage with it, I mean like if you ever see it, just ignore it. Don't even give it any attention, because sometimes even bad engagement is good engagement, you know. So you just don't want to engage with it at all. Yeah, no, I think what is real will prosper, and that's especially with art. You know, I think as I'm getting older now, and I'm 22 years old, I've learned to appreciate art. I'll be honest. I mean, obviously, because I didn't know any better. But even then, even if I did know, when I was younger, if I was like a teenager, I probably still would listen to like, or not listen to, but like get into AI, because to me it's not a big deal, right? But now that I'm older, I'm starting to appreciate art. I'm starting to appreciate what's real. You know, if I ever hear a song that talks about real subjects, like, it resonates with me. Or if I see art that like is supposed to invoke an emotion, I don't know, maybe because I'm older now, so I feel things differently. Oh yeah, I feel things differently. But yeah, I don't know what that was. That's just what it is, you know. Lowest hanging fruit right now, it's just AI. Everybody talks about AI. You know, I just didn't really have much of a topic today. And again, like, I do have to be honest, at some point, like, if you guys ever somehow manage to find my music page, which at some point you will, or it will be out there, you know, AI would definitely be something that you guys see that I used to use, which it sucks. I feel bad now, because as someone who, especially now, I pride myself in the art that I do. The fact that I used it, I just feel really terrible. But I also don't want to be a liar and be like, oh, AI, I've never used it before. Ooh, what is that? You know, yeah, I did use it. I've obviously stopped. And now going forward, if I ever need art, I will commission real artists. I will only support real artists. And that's just what it is. You know, that's just a personal thing. I'm also another type of guy to like want to massacre somebody because they even dared to mention AI. You know, if somebody uses AI, bummer. I'm not gonna engage with them. So be it. That's what you want to do. Oh well. I've never been one to join in on the hate campaigns or oh cancel this guy. I don't really care. I have better things to do in my life to worry about what someone else is doing. But I just won't engage with their stuff. You know, especially if you're rich and you have money and you have the capability to pay artists, you should never be in a position where you should be using AI. You know, even just in general, like, you know, if you can't afford it, then why? You know what I mean? Like, why are you worrying about art? Again, like, this is coming from somebody that went to a college for art. So, I got to see, like, different art styles and stuff like that. Like, in the walls, you'd see, like, different stuff that, you know, alumni had put. And we also worked on our own stuff. What was that? Stuff. We worked on our own stuff. What the hell? English? Se me olvidó el lenguaje. We worked on our own stuff, and I had a brain fart. Holy moly. Yo, chat, I'm cooked today. I'm sorry. Yesterday was a long day. I did a lot of work yesterday. I was tired by the end of the day. But anyways, I also did my own stuff, and yeah, that was fun. And getting to work with other artists that were 10 times better than me, you know, I feel terrible that nowadays they have to worry about, you know, that they have to worry about finding a job, finding someone to work with, because someone could just say, we'll just AI it, we'll just AI that, you know. Again, I should have known better, so I apologize to the art community. If anything, just to the art community. Like, if you already despise me for ever even using it, for ever even uttering the words I used it before, that's on you, bro. But if you're an artist, I'm sorry, because I understand that AI. Again, as a musician myself, and I understand the fear of somebody wanting to essentially take what you want to do, you know, because they don't care about you. They only care about their bottom line. So I'm sorry for even ever using it. Going forward, like I said, I will be, in fact, just actually commissioning artists. I have been, you know, I mean, ever since I realized how bad AI really was, I was like, holy moly, I didn't know. I just thought they were just using like because I saw that Adobe was using it. I was like, well, I don't think Adobe's gonna steal images, right? They're just gonna use their own, you know. So yeah. Again, if anything, I'm just apologizing to the art community, people that create stuff. My bad. My apologies, gangsta. Let's shake hands. I won't do it again. My apologies. You should have $2.3 billion in your bank account by the end of today. And if you don't have it, take it up with True Mimic, the person that made my profile picture. He promised everybody watching this video $1.2 billion. See, if I was the US, I'd be sending it to my lawyer advised me to stop talking. What am I saying? I'm just regurgitating stuff now. Using old jokes. I feel like a comedian now. I actually don't know where I was going with there. I was gonna say that they regurgitate jokes, but of course they have to. They go on tours, so they have to say a joke over and over. The problem with social media, though, is that now you can see their jokes, you know, on the videos, so it's hard for them to say the same thing over and over. Back then they would do that. They would create like a good set of jokes and go around and saying it all around. I don't know why I changed topics. Let me go back to the topic I was talking about. AI. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I pretty much said everything I had to say there about AI. It's just it's scary where the world is going now when it comes to that, and what that means for artists or just for people in general. Like, again, like being accused of something that you didn't do, and then having somebody like generate you essentially doing that is a very real thing that can happen. And I think that because the world, like I said, the world doesn't outrage as much. If it was to happen, if it was to be leaked that somebody was frame for something that they didn't do using AI, I feel like people won't do anything about it. I feel like people will be like, oh, this is horrible, this is insane, cancel AI. But it won't be enough of an uproar to where it would actually happen, where AI would finally be had restrictions put on it. All I will say though, what might make restrictions though is, and this is just alleged, this is just my theory, is if that was to ever happen, you know, maybe generating political figures that are in power at the time doing crazy shit, maybe that would cause it to have some sort of restrictions, because then they will get scared. But that's just a game theory. I'm just saying sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire if it ever needs to. But hey, that's just a game theory. I wonder what MatPat is doing now. I don't know. Such a random thing for me to say. I wonder what MatPat is doing now. Excuse me. Sorry for coughing. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. But that's really it. Kind of a filler episode. Didn't really have any deep conversation. Just kind of wanted to, you know, put some skeletons out the closet when it comes to myself, but also give my opinion and how I have changed in that regard. And I feel terrible because I feel like, again, being an art major, you'd think I should have known better. I don't know why I didn't think. I'm stupid. My bad. But yeah, going forward, I would like to support artists as much as I possibly can. I don't want to be like, I don't want to diss him because, you know, I make music, but I don't want to be like that one guy that's, I don't want to say he's LARPing, but it just feels like he's forcing it. It's like, bro, I get it, you hate AI, I don't like it either. You know, just support artists behind the scenes and just stop being like annoying about it. That's the thing, just support artists as much as you can. Support people that create art. That's really important. Supporting real people that create real art is really important, you know, and I feel like you appreciate it more as you get older. But that's just me. Hardest beat drop of all time. I love this Minecraft song. That being said, if you have a dream, follow it. Time is moving past and you're getting older, and you're gonna regret the time that you didn't spend locking in. Lock in. You can make anything happen. Consistency is about doing it every single day as much as you possibly can. It's okay if one day you do less. Some days you do less, some days you do more. Don't beat yourself up if you do less, but always strive to do more. Believe in yourself. Believing in yourself takes time. It will take a lot of time to believe in yourself, especially if you have low self-esteem like I do. But it takes time. You gotta keep telling yourself, I can make it happen. It's doable, it's possible, and eventually you can make it happen. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day.